Hi, today I'm going to talk about why the League of Nations had failed in 1946. The reason why the League of Nations failed is because of the dominations of France and Britain, the rise of dictatorships, and the Manchurian crisis. First, let's talk about the dominations of France and Britain. After the World War I, France and Britain are the two strongest countries of the League of Nations because they had won the First World War. But Britain started to think that France and Russia are threatening her because of their powers, so she had to come up with a plan to reduce their powers. Britain sees Germany as a great country to counter France and Russia as the third party rising in Germany. Britain thinks this plan as hits two birds with one stone. However, on the other hand, France thought that Germany wasn't that strong, so she ignored the expanding territory of Germany to a side. But the main reason why the Nazis grew so strong is that Britain and France only think about the value in front of their eyes and don't care about the cost later on. Second, the rise of the dictatorships. In 1902, the first dictator was created in Italy and his name is Mussolini. And with a dream to conquer the Mediterranean and reunited all the Italian people just like the old Roman Empire. And he called it Fascismo. And on the Northeast Europe in the 1930s, a country that is rising fast despite all the sanctions and bankrupt, which is Germany, and a party called Nazi, leading by Hitler. In 1930, a country from far in East Asia, under the command of Hideki Tojo, Japan has risen as a dictatorship country, and the military strength became the means for the national development and stability and ready to conquer the Pacific Ocean. That because in the 1930s, the World Economic Depressions encouraged nations to be more aggressive towards each other. So that is the reason why Italy, Germany, and Japan used the advantage of that time situations to rise as a threat to the League of Nations. These are the biggest reason why the League of Nations has collapsed in 1946. Finally, the Manchurian crisis. In September 1931, Manchuria was the source of much of Japan imported raw materials such as coal and iron ore. The railroad that Japanese owned at Mukden exploded. As a result, the Japanese troop response to the incidents was attacking the nearby Chinese garrisons. Later on, they found out that the explosion was a part of the plan that Japanese had created for the territory expansions. The Chinese government responded to the Japanese invasion that they were focused on defeating the communism, so that Mukden incident was one of the non-resistant toward Japanese. In the initial response of the League of Nations was Japanese have to withdraw from Manchuria whilst commissions investigate the issue but the Japanese resist the League wishes, so the League opened a vote on the Manchurian crisis in February 1933. The vote was reiterated that Japan should leave the Manchuria. But the reason why Japan didn't get any sanctions is because of the member countries of the League still want to keep the good relationship with the Japanese. And the result of these actions, the League of Nations later on dissolved in 1946 and be replaced by the United Nations since then. In conclusions, I have talked about the dominations of France and Britain, the rising of the dictatorships, and the Manchurian crisis.
Thank you for listening.